Hey there guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Masterpad W100 from Tibuta. So big thanks to Tibuta for sending this out to review. So as you can see here, we have a Windows tablet slash laptop kind of setup here. It is an 8.9 inch display. It runs Windows 10. This looks like an older version of Windows 10, so I don't know what it actually has in the box. As you can see on the front, it does say Masterpad W100. The price on this currently is $161.99. That's pretty inexpensive for a Windows tablet or Windows PC. And it has some pretty decent specs on it. So as you can see on the back, we have an 8.9 inch display. Resolution is 1536 by 2048. It is an IPS panel. We'll definitely have to see how decent that panel is. Intel Celeron N3350 processor. All right, just taking a look at the specs of the processor here. So it looks like it is the N3350, launched in Q3 of 2016, 14 nanometer process, very inexpensive. It is a dual core processor, runs at 2.4 gigahertz at its biggest or best, I guess, and 1.10 at its lowest. So it is a 6-watt processor, so pretty low power, and can support up to 8 gigs of RAM, DDR3. So yeah. Not crazy powerful, but should be pretty good for this little tablet. 4 gigs of RAM. It does have 64 gig eMMC memory. I'm not really a fan of eMMC memory. It's a little slow. It's kind of like an SD card, not an SSD, so it'll be a little sluggish. It does have 10 points of touch, so decent touch screen. It does have a camera built in, a VGA. It actually has 2. So we have a VGA front camera and a 2 megapixel camera on the back, I assume. We have 4,000 milliamp hour battery. It does have TF card, so I guess maybe an SD card slot where you can put up to 128 gigs of storage. External USB disk up to 128 gigs. Okay. We have a 1 watt high fidelity speaker. It does offer multiple languages and Windows 10 Home included. All right, so let's open it up and see what we get inside. We have a little thing here. I love the Comic Sans Masterpad on the bottom there. And we'll open it up. And we reveal Tibuta branding, have a little foam cover for the tablet. Oh, it's so tiny. And then we have our tablet itself. So we'll just take that out and put that off to the side and see what else we got in the box. So this little foam cover here. We have that. We have Tibuta, the user manual. Take a look at that in just a second. And then we have our keyboard. Or our leather keyboard cover with the, I guess the keyboard is integrated into it. And it looks like we have our charger in there as well. So let's put all this to the side and start taking a look at this stuff here. So the keyboard cover says it's leather. Let's see what we got here. It doesn't look like it's leather. Kind of feels like a nice felt material. Yeah, that's not leather at all. Has like kind of a magnetic clip, and then we have the keyboard itself there. So probably a Bluetooth keyboard. Well, maybe not. It actually has some little pogo pins right here, so probably works to hold it there in place. And then we've got the keyboard and a little trackpad. Oh, that's quite clicky. That's not bad at all. It kind of has this interesting design on it. As you can see, it looks kind of like a nice metal texture. I'm really impressed with the little clickiness on this. So we'll have to see if that trackpad is any good. Keyboard doesn't look too bad. So I'm impressed so far. We have a caps and power. Shows that. No button on it or anything that I can see. Just this button. Well, no, rubber feet on the top. Huh. All right. So let's go ahead and put that off to the side. See what we get in this little box. I'm assuming this is our... Well, I just broke the box. I broke the box already. We get our... Looks like we get our charger. What is this about? All right, so we get our AC/DC adapter with a USB. Okay. And 12 volts. And then what else do we get in here? We get a USB-C to USB-A, so maybe that is our charger. And then here's our user manual, so we get a little picture of it. Masterpad W100. Important safety tips. Shows us the presentation of the device. So you can see we have our volume buttons on the top, have a power button. Long press of this button allows you to turn the notebook on or off. Our front camera, screen, keyboard, touchpad, allows you to enjoy features of a mouse. Microphone allows you to use voice commands on your device. power on LED charging indicator. We have the main power port, mini HDMI port, USB port A, headset microphone socket, speakers. We have the MicroSD card reader. Okay, so it is a MicroSD card reader. And then we have our speakers. And switching on, charging the battery of the device, connect the AC adapter to the unearthed electrical outlet, turn it on and off, first start your device. Windows 10 operating system will guide you through the configuration steps. Using the touchpad. So we have a couple different gestures we can use. So we have drag and drop. We have how to slide your finger on there. Left clicking, right clicking, scrolling, zoom. So it has multi-touch on the little trackpad, which is nice. Show all applications running. We have different keyboard configurations. So use the FN button to do multiple different things. Lower the volume, open the web browser, all that good stuff. And Windows 10 overview. And this definitely looks like an older version of Windows 10. So I don't know what version that is, but that is kind of interesting. So presentation of start menu. Connected to wireless network. Wow. Frequently asked questions. All that good stuff. So pretty cool there. And let's go ahead and check out the tablet itself. So here it is. So as you can see, we have this 8.9-inch display. It actually includes a screen protector on it already. So we just take this off and we should have a screen protector on there. So let's make sure it's on there. All good. That's nice to see. So we have a screen protector already applied for us. That's really nice. We have a Windows key. We have our front camera. Couple little bubbles in there. Not a big deal. At least it includes a screen protector. Can't be mad about that. As you can see on the top, we have the power key and our volume. Camera, a little camera hump. We have a microphone there. On the side, we have a USB-C, the mini HDMI, our full-size USB-A, and that actually looks like a super speed USB-A, microphone port, speaker. On the bottom, we have pogo pins that connect to the keyboard case itself. Have another speaker there. And then this is our SD card slot right there. And on the back, we have kind of nice texture and pattern. We have Tibuta branding as well as the regulatory guidelines and all that, or regulatory markings. And we have our camera on the back as well. And we have descriptions on all of these things. So if I didn't know better, I could have looked on the back to tell. So let's go ahead and turn it on for the first time and see if it actually has a charge. I don't even know if it has a charge right now. It does. So we have a little blue LED indicator there. So Tibuta, splash screen. So setup is pretty quick and easy, and surprisingly, this is actually running the most recent version of Windows 10. So that was really nice to see. There's also no bloatware at all on this little tablet. So we just have the included Windows applications. So it does have 64 gigs of storage. So you should get a little bit out of that. So after updating and everything, it looks like we have about 35 gigs free. So some things about this, after using this for about a week, I can tell you that the screen on it is actually pretty nice. The colors are crisp. It's pretty bright. It does have a nice display. We do have a little LED indicator at the top corner, and that is blue when it is on. So when it's asleep, it's also on. When it's charging, it turns red and then turns green when it's done charging. The keyboard case itself is pretty nice also. Now it's not leather. I thought it was leather based on what they said here. But basically to get it stand up in laptop mode, you just fold that up like so. There's no other angles. It's just this one angle, so you can't really do anything crazy with it. Again, you got the pogo pins here to hold it up and to connect it to the keyboard. And then the keyboard doesn't have its own separate power supply, which is nice. So it's powered by the actual tablet itself. And as you can see, it is a decent keyboard. I do like that it's got a pretty clicky keyboard on it. It's got a nice trackpad as well. You do have some function keys along the top, so you can use those. However, I was not able to get those to work. So I don't know what the problem is with that. So let me see if I can actually get this to work on here. So I'm pressing function and nothing actually happens with those. So the function keys don't work. I'm not sure if that is a driver issue or what, but could not get those to work. But every other Windows function works just fine on the keyboard itself. So you can actually lay this down, just fine, and it will still connect to the keyboard case. But again, you only have one angle to keep this up, and this is kind of how it looks here. So aside from that, the keyboard case is pretty nice. Again, it's not leather. It is kind of a felt material. It does collect quite a bit of hair. Speed on this, it is, It's an eMMC storage, so it's not going to be super fast. It does work okay. I can give you a quick demonstration of YouTube here. So I did install the new Edge here. And we'll go to YouTube and just find a quick video to give you a sample. So it does load, it doesn't look great really quickly, but it will, do everything you need it to do. So we'll just go ahead and click on one of these dumb videos that shows up. I guess this SNL video. And then we'll see if we got some volume here. Now you have volume on the top of the tablet, so you can use that. It's actually, so that's at its loudest right here. All right, video after ad. All right, so we can go ahead and skip through here. So it's loading in HD, so it's actually playing this in full HD, and sorry for the glare from the light I have, but that seems to work well. So it's not super duper slow, but it works just well enough. You can use this for some content consumption and getting some basics done. Now, previously in the video, I mentioned that I was thinking that this would run Windows 11, but apparently it does not. So as you can see here, it does not currently meet the requirements. So it says TPM 2.0 must be supported and enabled on this PC, and the processor is not supported for Windows 11. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, it is a processor from 2016, so that could be why. Windows they want to support, the newest, best processors. I believe it's Intel 8th generation processor, and further are the ones that are supported. So this one does not support it, unfortunately. So I'm sure I could install it and still get it to work, which I may do eventually. But out of the box, you don't get Windows 11. You can't get Windows 11 on here, unfortunately. All right, so here's a shot from our rear camera. So it's a 2 megapixels, so it's not going to be amazing or great, but it'll do the job if you need it. And the front-facing camera is pretty awful, and as you can see, it's very zoomed in. So probably okay for Zoom calls or something like that, but not for obviously taking, really nice pictures. So overall, my first impression of this is pretty good. I actually like this little tablet. I think it's a pretty good deal for the price as well. So $166 as of this filming is not too bad. You'll be hard pressed to find a laptop for that price. I had a friend who bought an Asus laptop from Walmart a while ago, and it had 128 gigs of storage, a little bit more storage, eMMC, and it had 4 gigs of RAM and a Celeron processor as well. That one was about $220. So you can spend a little bit more and get an actual laptop if you wanted to, but I think that this has kind of an advantage. It has a really nice crisp display. It is bright. You do have the portability of a tablet here. So while it does have a small screen, you can take this literally anywhere you want. It does have a front camera as well as a back camera. While they're not amazing, they will do the job. You can add storage to this via the SD card. You do still have a full-size USB-A and a headphone jack as well. And it does have this keyboard case also, so that is pretty nice. So pros of this, obviously I really like the screen. I like the portability of it. I do like that it does have a full-size USB. Cons, I don't like that the keyboard function keys don't work. I'm not sure why. But mostly I have pros with this. I mean, I like the fact that the keyboard is pretty decent. The trackpad on it is actually pretty responsive and nice and clicky as well. No bloatware on this at all. Probably a con would be this battery life is not going to be amazing with this. As you can see, it just fluctuates. The estimated time just fluctuates a lot, but as you start to use it, you'll notice that the battery starts to go pretty quickly. It's only 4,000 milliamp hours, so not the best. But again, for the price, I think it is a pretty good deal. So anyway, guys, this has just been a quick unboxing and first impressions of this Tibuta Masterpad W100. It is available on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below if you guys are interested in it. If you have any questions on it or anything you want me to try on this, I can make another video on this later on down the road. Just leave a comment down below. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.